Hello everyone, I'm Carthu, and today we're discussing what if Shenron didn't exist, but I'm taking this topic in a different direction than you might have already seen. The physical orbs with the stars in them exist in the world, however, they do not have any powers. So this isn't what if the Dragon Balls didn't exist, but instead, what if Shenron didn't exist? You can equate this to most myths in the real world that are based on something real but lack actual mystical powers. So, with that being said, let's jump into it. Our story begins as it did originally. Bulma finds Goku while searching for the Dragon Balls. They meet Roshi, Oolong, Yamcha, Puar, and even run into the Pilaf gang. All of these things stay the same until Pilaf has Goku and company trapped in a prison cell. As we know in the original, Pilaf summons Shenron is about to make his wish when Oolong interrupts him and he wishes for panties instead. But there's a major change here. No Shenron emerges from the Dragon Balls. He doesn't exist, he's simply a myth and nothing more. Luckily for right now, that doesn't really affect too much, as Pilaf's wish wasn't fulfilled originally and Oolong's wish wasn't pivotal to much of anything plot-wise, so things play out in a straightforward fashion from here on. Goku turns into the Ozaru and breaks everyone out of the jail cell, Goku's tail is removed by the group, and he reverts back to normal, unconscious on the ground. Afterwards, Goku goes to train with Master Roshi, meets Krillin, and participates in the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai. This all pans out the same, as the Dragon Balls weren't even a part of the arc really. Next comes the Red Ribbon Army arc, which entirely hinges on the Dragon Balls, so a big shift from what we were just talking about. And because of the minor changes in the Pilaf arc, this arc is drastically changed. To start, the worthless Dragon Balls were left at the now abandoned Pilaf Palace. This made it extremely easy for the army to collect them. After bringing the Dragon Balls back to the Red Ribbon Army base, the scientists and researchers hired by the army began to study them, hoping to find out how the wish granting power is unlocked. Meanwhile, Son Goku has his own journey to face. He wants to find his grandfather's Dragon Ball. With the use of Bulma's radar, he tracks all 7 to the Red Ribbon Army base, and luckily for Goku, Tao Pai Pai hasn't been hired yet, so there's really no threat to him here. Even Staff Officer Black and his battle jacket wouldn't be much of an issue, even with Goku lacking his Master Karin training. So Goku is able to obtain his grandfather's Dragon Ball with relative ease, but that still leaves him plenty of time till the next Tenkaichi Budokai. He wants to keep training, so he heads back to Master Roshi at Kame House, who tells Goku to seek out Master Karin, as Goku would need training of a higher level than what Roshi could provide. So, Goku seeks out Master Karin and begins training under him for some time. I think it is arguable that Goku is weaker in this when compared to his canon self at the same time, and this actually just guarantees that Goku still loses to Ten Shinhan in the 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai. But it also leads to Krillin's death as it had previously. Despite King Piccolo being half of Kami, he doesn't know that the Dragon Balls can't grant wishes. Heck, even in the original Dragon Ball series, in canon, it seems like Piccolo doesn't even know what Shenron looks like until he summons him for the first time. So, Tambourine would still go after the tournament roster and the Dragon Balls as well. Krillin would still try to stop him, but this ultimately leads to the first major and permanent death in the series, Krillin's. Goku is in a fury and pursues Tambourine on Kinto-un. From here, it all remains the same. Yajirobe and Goku meet, Symbol is killed by Yajirobe, Tambourine comes and is killed by Goku, King Piccolo comes and defeats Goku. This all leads to the death of Master Roshi, who tries to seal the Demon King by using the Mafuba and the other Dragon Balls as bait. Chaozu survives, however, due to there being no dragon, thus no need for Chaozu to get involved in any way by trying to shout an alternative wish to the one that King Piccolo is going to say. And since the Dragon Balls are basically meaningless relics, King Piccolo is never restored to youth, and thus is much easier for the powered-up Goku to defeat. King Piccolo, with his dying breath, still spits up an egg, and this would lead to Goku training at none other than Kami's Lookout, seeking greater power and also eventually needing to face none other than Piccolo Jr. When Goku reaches the lookout, he is greeted by Mr. Popo, and after he tries to prove himself against Popo, Kami reveals himself. He explains everything about Piccolo to Goku, as well as revealing that he created the Dragon Balls.
As God, my position was to guide the beings of this world. I wanted them to better themselves in the pursuit of something, as they do in normal life. And so, I made the Dragon Balls. I gave them a mythology, and by telling a single person, I effectively told the world. Whispers, rumors, treasures, all spread like wildfire on a wind in a dry forest. What the hunt for the Dragon Balls was always meant to do was show you that the things you want could be found if you simply searched for them.
Goku was listening, but didn't quite understand what Kami meant. So Kami continued with,
Think of those you've encountered. That's right, I've been keeping my eye on you. The boy with the pure heart going around collecting my Dragon Balls, but only for one for some reason. You have to tell me about that after I'm done. But think about your friends, Goku. Bulma sought love, and found it, without needing a wish to grant it for her. The Red Ribbon Army sought power, and found it, by wanting the thing that would give it to them. The journey for the Dragon Balls was enough to answer these wishes, the wish itself a harmless lie. Nothing more, nothing less.
Goku looked to the ground, clenching his fist, listening to the tale of Kami's greatest lie, and with a tear coming down his face, he responded, So what journey brings back my friends? Kami was shocked by the question. He never once doubted his own intentions and the consequences of his actions, but splitting himself in two and lying about the Dragon Balls seems to have cost this boy dearly. He was selfish. He split himself in two to become God for his own desires, and when he finally became God, he was so lazy in his attempts to guide mortals that he made Dragon Balls to guide the Earthlings without having to actually do anything, without having to actually interfere.
You have taught me something today. And so in return, I will teach you. Piccolo has reincarnated himself, and you will have to face my evil half once again. I will do all I can to prepare you, to make up for my mistakes.
And so, 3 years pass. Goku is trained by God himself, and feels confident that he can defeat Piccolo Jr., which we all know he is capable of doing. The tournament is practically unchanged other than a random tournament goer replacing Krillin, and ends as it originally does, Goku defeating Piccolo and allowing him to live. Goku then refuses to become God, gets married, and lives a happy life in memory of his master and his best friend. This leads us directly into Dragon Ball Z and the Saiyan arc. And that's something we'll discuss in the next part of this video series. Speaking of which, I would like to update you guys as to what will happen in the future of this channel. The What If series that are currently unfinished will be finished before any new What Ifs are made. This doesn't include the What If Bardock went Super Saiyan against Frieza live series, since that's a special case and it's live and it's a bit longer to write because it's more like a multiple choice answer what if, rather than writing just one straight story. So we will be continuing that soon, but I won't be finishing it before the other what ifs come out. For some more channel updates, you can head to the community tab since I posted an update on the channel as a whole, including non-what if content there. But with that said, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the like button, leave your opinions and counterpoints in the comments down below, and hit subscribe and the notification bell. That way you get to stay up to date on the channel and everything that goes on with it. If you're interested, please check out the merch store to support the channel in another way that gives you something in return. But till next time, peace!